Let me ask you something, and be honest. Have you ever replayed a conversation in your head, over and over, thinking, why didn't I say that? Why did I react like that? What do they think of me now? Not once, not twice, but dozens of times. Look, if you do this, you're not crazy, you're not weak, and you're definitely not alone. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your brain does this and one subtle shift that makes the loop quiet down without forcing yourself to stop thinking. But first, we need to name what's actually happening here. Here's the thing. Most people think replaying conversations is just overthinking, like it's a bad habit, or anxiety, or insecurity. But that explanation is incomplete, because if it were just overthinking, you'd be able to stop when you want, yet you can't. You replay conversations when you're showering, when you're driving, when you're trying to sleep. And it's not random. You replay the same moments. Awkward silences, things you wish you said, moments you felt misunderstood, times you felt exposed. And the strange part, you're not trying to relive the moment. You're trying to fix it. That's the key most people miss. The brain is trying to protect you. Here's the point. Your brain replays conversations for one reason. It thinks something is unresolved. Your nervous system treats social moments like survival data. Did I belong? Was I safe? Did I mess up my position? Did I lose approval? So when a moment feels emotionally unfinished, your brain keeps it open, not to torture you, but to solve it. Replaying is your brain saying, next time we'll be ready. That's why you don't replay boring conversations. You replay emotionally charged ones. Moments where you felt judged, where you felt small, where you felt misunderstood, where you didn't get closure, and the loop continues. Because the brain never gets the signal that it's done. And in a minute, I'll show you why trying to stop the loop actually makes it louder. But first, there's an important distinction we need to make. Why smart, self-aware people replay more? Look, people who replay conversations the most are usually highly self-aware, emotionally intelligent, socially perceptive, and conscientious. You notice tone shifts, micro-reactions, energy changes. You read between the lines. So your brain gathers more data than most people's. That's not a flaw, but it comes with a cost. Because your mind doesn't just experience moments, it analyzes them. And after the moment passes, the analysis keeps running. That's why telling yourself, just stop thinking about it, never works. You're not stuck in thought, you're stuck in evaluation mode. The illusion of control. Here's where it gets sneaky. When you replay a conversation, it feels productive. You imagine better responses, smarter wording, stronger boundaries. It gives you the illusion of control, like you're preparing. But there's a catch. Your brain can't go back in time. So instead of resolving the emotion, it keeps reopening it. Each replay reinforces the feeling, this wasn't finished, and the loop tightens. This is why the replay often gets worse at night. When there's no distraction, the brain goes back to unfinished business. So how do you actually close the loop? Not suppress it, not distract from it, but resolve it. That's where we're going next. Why let it go doesn't work. Here's the mistake most advice makes. People say, let it go, move on, stop caring what people think. But replaying isn't about caring too much, it's about lack of emotional resolution. Your nervous system didn't feel understood, safe, or complete, so it keeps the file open. Trying to force closure with logic doesn't work. Because the loop isn't logical, it's somatic, emotional, nervous system based. That's why distraction only works temporarily. The real reason the loop persists. Here's the deeper layer. You replay conversations because part of you is still in the moment. The body hasn't caught up with time. So the question isn't, how do I stop thinking about it? The real question is, what part of me didn't feel resolved? Was it a boundary you didn't set? Was a feeling you didn't express? A version of yourself you abandoned? When you answer that, the loop loses its fuel. The subtle shift. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop replaying the conversation and start replaying your feeling. Instead of, what should I have said? Ask, what did I need in that moment? Validation? Safety? Clarity? Respect? When you give that to yourself, even internally, your nervous system finally hears it's handled, and the loop softens. Not instantly, but noticeably. If you replay conversations, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're perceptive. Your brain isn't attacking you, it's trying to protect you. And now you know how to listen to it. That's where the loop begins to end.